Hello, everyone. This is Dr. Emily Carter, and today I'm going to reveal something that could completely change how you care for your brain after 60. Did you know that some fruits you consume daily, thinking you're doing wonders for your health, might actually be accelerating your brain's aging process? It's remarkable how small daily choices can have such a profound impact on our long-term brain health, isn't it? First, I want you to reflect on something. Have you noticed more difficulty remembering names? Or perhaps that frustrating feeling of having a word on the tip of your tongue but not being able to find it? Or simply not remembering where you put your glasses that were with you just minutes ago? If you're over 60 and answered yes to any of these questions, know that you're not alone. And more importantly, there's something you can do about it starting today. As a medical specialist in health and wellness, I've worked with hundreds of patients facing cognitive challenges after 60. And what recent research has revealed is surprising. Our brain, especially after this age, becomes significantly more vulnerable to inflammatory processes. And guess what one of the main triggers for this inflammation is? Exactly, certain foods, including some fruits considered super healthy. Studies from Harvard University have shown that fruits with a high glycemic index, those that rapidly raise blood sugar levels, trigger insulin spikes that, when frequent, set off microinflammations in brain cells. This silent process compromises the production of essential neurotransmitters, such as acetylcholine, which is fundamental for our memory. Additionally, it accelerates the formation of beta amyloid plaques, classic markers of Alzheimer's disease. Can you imagine the impact of this over the years? Let me share with you the story of one of my patients, whom I'll call Mrs. Helena. At 72, this retired teacher began noticing memory lapses that really worried her. "Doctor, I started forgetting the names of my own students in the tutoring classes I give at home. It was frightening," she told me during a consultation. When I analyzed her daily diet, I discovered something revealing. Her breakfast religiously included a glass of processed orange juice, a banana, and papaya. Without knowing it, Mrs. Helena was starting every day by subjecting her brain to a veritable glycemic storm. You must be wondering now, but which exactly are these fruits that might be harming my brain? I'll share with you the top 5 we've identified as potentially harmful to brain health after 60. The first is ripe mango. Although delicious and rich in vitamins, ripe mango has an extremely high natural sugar content, which causes significant glycemic spikes. In brains over 60, these spikes can intensify neural inflammatory processes. I'm not saying you should never eat mango again, but rather that you should consume it in moderation and, preferably, not fully ripened. The second fruit is watermelon. Refreshing and hydrating, especially on hot days, watermelon has a surprisingly high glycemic index and low fiber content. This combination causes rapid elevations in blood glucose, stressing brain cells. An occasional slice won't be a problem, but frequent consumption in large amounts could compromise your brain health over time. Third, we have very ripe bananas, those with already darkened skin. The darker the banana peel, the higher the concentration of simple sugars. These sugars can compromise insulin sensitivity in the brain. If you like bananas, opt for slightly green ones or those just beginning to yellow. Fourth are raisins. The dehydration process greatly concentrates the natural sugars in grapes, making them veritable glucose bombs for brain metabolism. A small amount in a trail mix occasionally won't be problematic, but regular consumption in quantity could contribute to neuroinflammation. And last, but definitely not least, processed fruit juices. Even those labeled as 100% fruit have lost the natural fiber that would normally slow down sugar absorption. The result is insulin spikes that, in the long term, can compromise your cognition. Have you ever considered that a glass of orange juice contains the sugar of 3 to 4 oranges, without the fiber that would help slow down its absorption? But don't be discouraged. Now comes the most exciting part. There are fruits that act as true protective shields for your brain. They're not only safe for regular consumption, but also offer active benefits for your cognition. Shall we get to know them? First, blueberries. Considered gold for brain health, blueberries are rich in anthocyanins, powerful compounds that cross the blood-brain barrier and protect your neurons from oxidative stress. A study from Tufts University demonstrated that regular consumption of blueberries can improve memory and delay cognitive decline by up to 2.5 years. Amazing, isn't it? Even if they aren't as common in some regions, it's worth including them in your diet when available, or seeking other red and purple fruits that share similar properties. Second, strawberries. Besides being delicious, they contain high levels of resveratrol and quercetin, compounds that reduce neuroinflammation and improve synaptic plasticity, that is, your brain's ability to form new connections. 2 cups of strawberries per week have been associated with better performance on memory tests in adults over 65. Have you already included strawberries in your breakfast today? Third, we have avocado. Yes, it's a fruit. A source of healthy monounsaturated fats and lutein, avocado promotes cerebral vascular health and protects neuronal myelin, that layer that facilitates the transmission of nerve impulses. A study published in the Journal of Neurology showed that people who consumed 1 avocado per week had better executive function, the function responsible for planning, organizing, and completing tasks. Half an avocado per day can be an excellent addition to your brain protective diet. Fourth, blackberries. Their antioxidant properties are exceptional in combating free radicals that damage neuronal membranes, thus preserving communication between brain cells. A 2022 study from the University of Barcelona demonstrated that regular consumption of blackberries was associated with less accumulation of tau proteins in the brain, another important marker related to dementia. A cup of blackberries 3 times a week can make a significant difference. And finally, raspberries. They contain compounds that stimulate neuronal autophagy, which is basically the process of cellular cleaning, removing toxic proteins associated with dementia. Think of raspberries as little cleaners for your brain. And the best part, this protection remains even when we consume them frozen. Now, returning to Mrs. Helena's story. After adjusting her diet, eliminating high-glycemic index fruits and including the protective ones I just mentioned, she noticed truly surprising changes in just 6 weeks. Doctor, I started feeling my mind clearer. I went back to remembering names easily and even took up crossword puzzles again, which I had abandoned years ago, she reported emotionally during her follow-up consultation. This is not just an isolated story. Science confirms these results. An impressive study published in the Journal of Neuroscience followed more than 16,000 adults over 60 years of age for 25 years, a quarter of a century, and demonstrated that those who regularly consumed fruits rich in antioxidants and with a low glycemic index had 47% less risk of developing age-associated cognitive deficit. Almost half the risk reduced just by intelligent food choices. Can you imagine the impact of these simple choices over 5, 10, or 20 years? It's essential to clarify that I'm not suggesting you completely eliminate fruits from your diet. They're essential for our overall health. The secret lies in intelligent choice, especially after 60, when brain metabolism becomes more sensitive to the effects of glycemic spikes. It's about making conscious adjustments, not drastic deprivation. Here are some practical tips you can implement today to protect your brain. When consuming fruits with a higher glycemic index like banana or mango, combine them with a source of protein or healthy fat, a portion of natural yogurt or some almonds, for example. This helps slow down sugar absorption. Always prefer the whole fruit instead of juice. The fiber present in fruit is your ally in brain protection, as it decreases the speed of sugar absorption. Distribute fruit consumption throughout the day instead of ingesting them all at once to avoid significant glycemic spikes. Try including cinnamon with your fruits. Research shows it can help regulate blood sugar levels. Establish the habit of consuming at least 3 weekly servings of the protective fruits I mentioned. Even frozen, they retain much of their benefits. Based on decades of neurological research and clinical experience, I can state with conviction the difference between choosing a blueberry or a mango can literally change the future of your brain. Your next snack can be a step toward preserving your most precious memories or compromising them. The choice, now informed, is in your hands. Think about your most cherished memories, the faces of people you love, the special places you've visited, the experiences that shaped who you are today. Every conscious food choice is an investment in preserving those precious memories. It's not just about avoiding cognitive decline, but about keeping alive the essence of what makes you who you are. If this video was useful to you, don't forget to leave your like, share it with someone who might benefit from this information, and subscribe to the channel for more content on health and wellness. In the comment section, tell me, which of the protective fruits do you already consume regularly, or which one will you start including in your diet from today? Remember, small changes applied consistently lead to profound transformations. Your brain deserves that care. Until the next video, take good care of yourself.